In a world desperate to tear itself apart, only one man, and some other people, stand in the way of total destruction. Together they will right the wrongs, make bad, good, and single-handedly destroy evil, together. Who is this man, you may ask? This man is Jeff.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Jeff Jones and Friends Make It Better, the show that takes life's little annoyances, gives them a 4-day working week for the same salary and benefits, reduces employee turnover whilst increases productivity and quite simply makes it better. Today I'm delighted to welcome Travis, host of the Bar Banter Podcast. Travis, how are you?
Jeff, I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm not too bad, apart from losing the ability to speak, read, and function from the sounds of it. Maybe that last coffee was the one that's one too many.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining me on the Make It Better podcast. Please tell me, what is it that we are making better today?
Today we are making better Liam Neeson action movies. There's too many of them, and they're all the same movie, and he needs to stop. Let's put an end to it right now.
That is,
you didn't know I was going to do that.
The thing is, that instantly,
No, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about photographs today, and particularly, I'd like to fix the stigma and this air of people taking pictures of things and times and places that they don't need to be taking pictures of. Does that make sense?
It makes a hell of a lot of sense.
Okay.
A topic, a complaint, a moan very, very close to my own heart.
Yes, I loathe. It makes my day worse when I know I have to get my picture taken, either for like a badge on like an employee badge, or I know that there are if I have to be at a wedding, or if I don't know. Pictures in general, I hate for me. Yeah. And I know it's important to capture moments and things like that, but there are times when it's appropriate to do that. And a little stage, maybe like a wedding, and I'll suck it up. I'll take a shot. I'll get through it. But then there are other times, and this is where I'm kind of leading this, is why are we taking this picture? What significance is this? Are you ever actually going to look back on this picture and remember this moment? And that's what we need. I need help. Well, I need help. Can we fix this, please?
We need to try, because there is an overwhelming pressure of when someone says to you, make sure you get pictures. Mm-hmm. And then you're like, oh, I now have a responsibility within this environment, for starters.
Yeah.
They've got to be good pictures, which means you've got to then start doing no, if you could just stand a bit closer. Oh, if you could stand, yeah, right, okay, no, crouch down, no, crouch, okay, no, you at the back, right, hang on, let's wait for these people to go. And what you've got is this fabricated thing where you've taken all personality from the actual situation. If someone said, if I trip over, make sure you take a picture of me, I'm there.
Yes.
No problem.
100%. It's... to kind of give you some backstory into this, why this boils my blood, and while it's actually been much better over the last 6 years, is my wife and I met probably close to 10 years ago. And when we started dating, she was this woman who we would go to a bar for a friend's birthday, and she'd be like, take our picture. And I would take the one picture, and it would be terrible. And she'd like, do it again. And I would have to take it 18 different ways. And I'm like, when are you going to look at this picture? She's like, I don't know. We'll post it to Instagram or whatever. And I'm like, sure, cool. But like, you said it, I think the best. It's fake. It's fabricated. It takes all of the emotion and personality out of it. And I don't like it. And then we started dating. We had this wonderful opportunity to go to Australia. And that was when I was like, I'm happy to take pictures with you in Australia because we're probably never coming back here.
Exactly.
Right. That was the divide, was like, this is a moment in our lives where it's never going to potentially never going to happen again, versus let's go drinking at a bar. but she carried the same kind of attitude of pictures while we were there. And every single place we went to, it was like, I would have, like, let's make sure the lighting's right. Let's make sure we get in the frame. And at one point I looked at her, I'm like, some of these pictures can just be for us.
Yeah.
Right. They don't all have to all be Instagram worthy. And it was incredible to see the light bulb go off in her head. It was like, wow, you're right. We can just look at these on our phone, or we can go relive these ourselves on our phone, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It's like, yeah, like, let's not stage these. Let's make a funny face and take 4 or 5 of them, and then let's enjoy the moment. And I think that's another part of this, is just people spend too much time getting the photograph right and not actually taking in the moment and living in the now.
I totally get that. And what this kind of correlation, isn't there, of, I suppose, the mobile phone, the cell phone, the camera quality, and the decline of the taking the camera, the portable camera. Where, I mean, and back, I don't know how old you are, Travis, but back in my day, you had to, in my day, like, I'm so old, but in my younger days, you'd use up the film, and then you have to go, and you wait kind of like a week, and then you get back, and it's an event. Looking back at those, but if you imagine going out on a Friday or Saturday, and you take loads of photos on your mobile, and then following weeks sitting down with your loved ones and saying, "Oh, here you go," just scroll through and looking at them, but no one does that. No. It's just on your phone, and in fact, they actually just get in the way when you're looking for another picture that you actually want to see, or a meme, you know. And then obviously I went to like the whole 1 day turnaround. So that's even better, but you lose that bit of excitement. I remember being really little, and my auntie and uncle coming over to look at a slideshow my dad put together of our holiday. And back then it was the most boring thing in the world. But terrible. I'd quite like to now, maybe not, family, but sit with the wife and children and reminisce, via slideshow of days gone past. But even those aren't the staged photos, the ones where the kids are told to, right, okay, wear something nice, sit up, stand up,
and that's
make
why
sure,
it's boring,
smile.
Though.
It is, and the kids hate it. And there's always one that looks just miserable. Whereas the ones where, I don't know, they're covered in crap and food and everything, the natural ones, and you kind of actually remember, I remember you had so much ice cream over you.
Yeah, my son, he's a toddler, and the best pictures of him are not, the yearly family photo shoots we do. That was our compromise, by the way. I was like, we can take professional photos once a year. That's it. Period. The end. So I'm okay with that. That's fine.
At a photo studio.
No, it's we'll have a person come to our house, or we did one at the beach, things like that. And also when my son was born, if you want to have a person come and take professional photos of our newborn son, I'm okay with that. Like that's something we will cherish forever. That's fine. But the best pictures of him are when he's sitting on my lap, I'm mid conversation, and he's just fists clenched up with ketchup just smeared all over his face, and he looks so happy, and like there's not a better photo of him. It's like my background on my phone, it's the background on my computer, it's the background for my Slack profile. Like there's not a better picture of him, and I'm glad my brother caught that moment, which is incredible. But we didn't say like smile. If we had told him to smile while there's ketchup on his face, it wouldn't be as good. Definitely.
And those are the moments. Those are the ones that deserve capturing. I mean, I don't know if they do it there, and I don't know if they still do it here. It's been a while since I've had a baby here, but there used to be within 24 hours, sometimes even less than that. Once a baby has been born, someone comes round and they're like, "Hi, right, we take professional photos. Baby's kind of just been born. We can do that for you. No worries." And they're like, "It's like my baby still has blood and gunk and stuff on it."
No,
like how's about no? And they're like, oh well, it's only this. No. It's nothing to do with capturing this. It's the fact that that kid is never going to look more disgusting. Like,
Nope.
There is crusty stuff on there that's from the inside of my wife. No, thank you.
I don't need to. I was there in the room. I don't need to relive that moment.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I saw everything firsthand. I'm good. Like the pictures we got with that, where like it was the second day where the baby's in her arms or maybe on her chest. Those are adorable. I get that. That's fine. But no, that's gross. Don't come take my kid's picture 2 minutes after he was born. That's too much.
I'm not going to say, hey, everyone, that I'm the family Christmas card this year is a baby with part of my wife's inside still on it and looking a little bit crusty. And my wife just looking tired and never going to look worse. I'm sure everyone's going to be thankful of that one.
And actually, hold on. You brought up something that also makes me cringe is I'm going to say holiday cards. I don't understand the point of them in today's social media world. If you wanted to do a digital holiday card and put it on your Facebook, or I get that. That's fine. But going to get professional photos done of your family and then sending them out in the mail, and some of the really weird backgrounds and settings that people choose to have it's too much. It's too much. And like, it's not, those aren't normal. I want to see if I want to see your family, I want to see them in their natural environment. Like, I want to see them
shouting at each other. Just a good action shot.
Having fun.
Do you know, this is how our year's been. My kid has been a right little, pain in the ass. And this is the moment when they first told me they hated me. That's what you want to see. I'm very glad you said that, because when you said about professionally getting the photos done once a year, I thought, because we don't really do that greeting card stage thing in the UK. I don't think it really took off.
Good.
Maybe with some sociopaths it did. But when you said maybe when you said when you said that you get the professionally done, I was like, oh no, he's going to put that on a greetings card. So I'm so glad that you're against that.
I'm because the other thing is, regardless of the picture, what am I supposed to do with this greeting card? How long am I supposed to keep this? I feel, and because I'm like, for people who like it's extended family, I know they're never going to come over to my house. I'm like, all right, cool. Trash. Instantly. Like, I
don't have people who do come to my house. I hate cards. Pointless.
They're too much. It's like, call me, tell me that we have literal. We're on a video chat right now. We have it on our phones in our pockets all day. Just call me. Like, if you really want to know how I'm doing and you want to tell me how you're doing, just call me. Video me.
And this is a segue from what we're talking about, but on the cards front, I would like your opinion on this. All right?
Yeah.
Is there any need, if I am coming, it's your birthday, I am coming to you for your birthday. Everyone knows it's your birthday. It's the sole reason I'm coming to see you is your birthday. I have a card. Maybe it's got a voucher in it. Maybe it's got, cash in it. Maybe nothing. Who cares? It's got words in it. It's going to go from me to you. Do I need to write your name in it? Do I need to write your name in it? In it, sure. On the envelope, do I need to write your name in it?
Not for posterity, I guess, not for like recognition. In case I drop said envelope or lose it, yes, please write my name on it. Like, that's all I would need is just I know it's for me, but yeah, if you have like a gift table or maybe you're sharing, or you go to dinner at a restaurant and someone drops it, and I get that. But other than that, no, I know it's for me.
I'm coming to your house. You're going to put it on your kitchen table, waiting for me to get. I have because I don't write my name in it. And my wife, every time she says, you haven't written the name in it. I know who it's going for. Like, her card. We live in the same house. We've been married nearly 20 years. I know her birthday. I'm handing it to her. And she said, you haven't written on the envelope. Well, we can reuse the envelope. We can make a shopping list from the envelope. We can.
Yeah.
I don't gift that envelope. Why just waste the envelope? And this is a
Don't
revolution.
don't even put a card in the envelope. Just put the money in the envelope directly. Hand me blank envelope. High five.
Let's get rid of all that. Here's 20 quid. Go buy some beers with it. I didn't get you a card because you're going to throw it in the bin.
Instead of buying you a card, I'm buying you an extra beer.
Exactly.
Like why waste it on a greeting card in general? Like there are some greeting cards that are fun, and I know my cousins, they made it a kind of a family tradition to find the most ridiculous greeting card. That's different though, because that is a something that you can bond with your family around. But I was dating a woman 15, 16 years ago, whatever it was, and it was her birthday with her family. They made her sit in the living room and read every single card aloud.
Wow.
And I'm like, this is my nightmare.
And she was okay. She was like, "Oh, we do this. Everyone does it on their birthday."
She hated it too. But you know, because I think she and I were the same generation, and it was to all of her aunts and uncles and things like that.
Wow, there's like aunts and uncles. There's everyone.
This was a big.
Wow.
This was a big. It was like her 20th birthday or something like that, and at least with her family and my family, we're all relatively close. We're all like within, you know, even my wife's family now, 30-minute drive. Like aunts, uncles, everyone's around the Atlanta area, at least for me. And so, it's like, hey, come over for the birthday. Yeah. And read this card in front of everyone.
Yeah. Well, so like, right. I'd be sat there thinking, okay, it's now taking me, because I'm a popular person by all means. So I've got 100 cards, and I've got 100 cards. It's the actual day of my birthday. I'm spending an hour reading other people's words to me. What's the point? Yeah, that whole situation seems like an absolute nightmare to me. So I just get back in. Yeah, get back in.
Back to pictures. Let's.
So.
I'm glad we went down that hole, but we got to solve the picture thing.
We got to solve the picture. And sorry, that is a pet peeve. But the greeting card, the pictures, you use for anything. I mean, a stage photo that you pay for, that goes to other people. Let's say, okay, you get your family portrait done, and you know what's going to be a nice picture on your wall or something like that. Right. And that's you and your loved ones. It's for you guys. People come over and you're like,
beautiful
lovely.
Family,
what a beautiful family, yeah. Because everyone, you got to say that, even if they're not, right?
Of course, of course.
But Joe, my wedding day, our photographer didn't show up.
Oh wow!
Yeah, but you know what we've got is just hundreds of pictures, because everyone knew this. So we've got some family members. They tried doing helping us with the big shots, so just getting everyone in, just shouting and screaming at everyone. But what we've also got is just everyone sent us just natural photos of someone just saying, "Oh, this would be funny." You know, there's a picture of me and my wife. We got married in this sounds posher than it is, but a big kind of stately home. And there's a picture of us suited and booted, and a wedding dress, and it looks like we're cleaning the floor. You know, and it's this because we were the last people to leave, and it was my mother-in-law said, "Ah, do you know what would be funny?" Bang, yeah, and we did it. It was off the cuff, and it was better than anything we probably would have got from that, because we just managed to get loads of photos of our family having fun.
A trend, and I don't know if you've seen this, but a trend in the US at least has been to put one of the old-fashioned, I'd say old-fashioned, to us they're not old-fashioned, but to the younger generation, the old-fashioned disposable cameras on every single table at the wedding. And so everyone gets, maybe 2 per table. So you got 20 tables, that's 40 cameras, 20 shots a piece. That's 160 photos that you don't know what they're going to look like.
Yeah.
And so that's actually a really cool thing to like get back when, after you're married, and you can get them all developed, and then you can see, like what you said, all of the different photographs of what everyone else thought would be funny.
Yeah.
I would say 90% of them are probably not good or unusable, but that 10% is like, that's gold. That's fantastic. So I like that idea.
The night through other people's eyes. I mean, you do have to wait, because if you've got friends like mine, that situation is very.
Yep. Yes, it is.
I did go to a wedding, and this is actually when I was playing chauffeur, but they had those cameras, so a disposable camera and a bottle of tequila on the table.
Ooh.
And it's like that. These people, they're daring people. It's like, just do it. Like it's fantastic. It's a great idea. Just go and get smashed and take this. And obviously, I'm not sure people can have fun without drinking. I'm sure. I'm not one.
It helps though. It absolutely helps. You don't have to. I would never pressure anyone to drink. And if you can have fun without alcohol, that's kudos. Great. Yeah. Go for it.
I mean, I'd rather have a professional photo done and send it on a card to everyone I know than quick drinking, though. But that's
right.
That's by the by.
Right. That's I told you I have to take a shot or two before we do any professional photos. I have to. Like, I get angry. I get like, my arm starts to shake. I'm getting mad thinking about it. Like, I'll do it because I love my wife. Yeah. But also, so we've talked about kind of these staged photographs of people, but then there's the other side where it's staged. It's inappropriately using your camera and not enjoying the moment. Things like fireworks, things like concerts and sporting events where I understand taking a photograph, right? If I go, I'm a huge Atlanta Falcons fan. If I go to Mercedes-Benz Stadium and I want to take a picture and send it to my friends and say, check out my seats, that's fine. I get that. But the people who are just constantly, taking a video of the game or taking 800 photographs like they're on the field and it's their job, or people at concerts just recording the entire thing, stop it. It's not, you're not going to go back and watch those things.
Yeah.
You're not.
I'm going to play a little bit of devil's advocate because you can't get free ride Travis. Okay, sporting events, most people, you go to one, you're going to go to a few, but I don't know, a kid who's getting to see Beyonce for the first, maybe only time, or enters famous person here. They get a bit of leeway. I mean, don't get me wrong. I completely agree. Live in the moment, experience it, tell people about that experience. Don't just stand there. You're going to get army for starters.
Yeah,
if you record a whole show. But does that come under this once in a lifetime potential?
I would say yes. If there are people who are probably not. I'm speaking from probably a slightly privileged area here.
You go see Beyonce every week. That's
right. I got her number on my cell phone. I talked to her on the reg. But there are probably children and people who will never see Beyonce again, or they'll never be able to afford tickets to the sporting event, and that's awful and that's terrible. And I wish they could do it more often because that's the stuff they love. But to them, that is a once in a lifetime event. Go for it. Absolutely go for it. That's fine because it's a personal event. I'm talking about.
I see really. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a festival in Atlanta called I'll think of it in just a second. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but there's a music festival in Atlanta that happens every year. There are thousands of people in the crowd in the pit next to the stage, and they're all just doing this. They're holding up their cell phones, recording it. All of those people have probably seen that band 20, 30 times already, right? Those are the people that need to stop.
Yeah.
Live in the moment, enjoy the experience, put your phone down, stop it.
You know why they're doing it though, right? It's because it goes on Instagram.
It's clout. Yeah.
It's clout. Exactly what I was going to use. And are you truly enjoying something if the reason is so you can put on social media and people comment and like and say how amazing it is, which is it's kind of ironic for two podcasters to say and say that putting content out there for that kind of recognition. But no, it's completely different. But I suppose what I mean is, it comes back to that old, like an old camera. You've only got 40 pictures a month.
Yep.
That you can take on your cell phone or can upload to social media. Say upload to social media. All social media, you get 40 a month. You'd be probably a bit more selective, or 20 a month, wouldn't you? You'd be more selective. I mean, I don't post pictures, certainly of myself and that on, but you'd be a lot more selective, wouldn't they, if they were limited?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
but they would also. So here's the thing: if you could only upload 20 photographs, they would actually be less selective because they're going to try to do. They'll use their phone more to be like a more accuracy by volume type of thing, and they'll take more pictures and take more videos so that they can get the correct one to actually upload. So I think we would need to limit how many they can actually take on their
that's
phone.
it. It's got to be the take. Go back to the actual how many you can take on your phone.
Right.
Because do you know what? I drove past, and this was kind of last year. So autumn, fall is that. There's leaves on the trees, and it's a bit cold. And I drove past and just happened to see these two kids, and they were playing in the leaves. And they're throwing up in the air. I was like, man, that is just cool. That's just two kids outside throwing leaves in the air and laughing. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this third kid stands up with their phone, starts showing them the pictures. And what actually was happening was the smallest one was looking happy. The next one was throwing the leaves over him. And there's a third one taking the photo to upload somewhere. It's like, and then and off they walk. And I'm like, oh, they were staging this whole thing.
Awful.
But I thought, no, you were having fun. Or at least if you actually continued the act, you would be having fun doing it.
Right.
But as soon as they had the photo, it's like, right, wrap this onto the next location. I thought that's I don't know, the heartbreaking is probably a bit much, but I thought that's really just a real snapshot of society and young people and clout and the search for what they want, isn't it?
Yeah, it's I don't want to say it's a real issue because obviously we're being a little petty here.
Old is the answer.
Old,
is the word.
Sure.
Yeah,
well, old and I'm going to say male.
Yeah.
you know, the stereotypical man doesn't usually like to get his picture taken. And I think everyone just needs to take a step back and really appreciate the moment. Like, just go out and have fun. And if you get some pictures, great. I can't think of a time where I like the memories that I have of like wonderful moments in my life. I probably don't have a lot of pictures of, but that's because they're all up here, right? That's because I lived it, and I don't need a phone. I don't need a picture to go relive that. It's all up here already. I don't have to dive back into it. It is nice to go back into the time machine on occasion through the phone and see some pictures. That's great, and remember things that you didn't. But like the truly special moments, like I don't have pictures of, and that's okay because I was there.
Do you know what? Anyone who listens to this show knows that there's a point in pretty much every episode where the guest says something and it means something and it's quite poignant. And then I completely ruin it by trying to carry it on and have my spin on it. But I think that last sentiment was perfect. Now, it's apart from giving everyone, I know, in the entire world to take a step back and adjust, it's not going to make the situation better. I think that the way we're going to make this better, and it's been a great a great conversation. I'm glad there's someone out there that likes to moan about this stuff as much as I do. But I think it's limiting the amount that technology of photos can actually take. That's it. Like your mobile phone can only take 20 photos a month, and you can upload 10 of them to social media.
Can I do one really way out there solution?
Sure.
At least in most, we'll call them first world countries and populated cities, there's already thousands of cameras everywhere watching everything you do, right?
Yeah.
Just give everyone access to, like, if they're already tracking you, because they probably are, just give me my footage, like send it to my phone, and then let me scroll through the events that I want, and I can just take a screenshot of that. I can download that one frame, and that's the photograph. And so I don't have to worry about staging it. I don't have to worry about going back and doing anything. It's all, it's a bit of a conspiracy here, but like the government has it all anyway, right? Like just go get that.
It's got to be somewhere, right? It's just someone.
Right.
There's a file with Travis. There's a file with Jeff. Just constantly. Just that is. I'm not even going to say low-key genius. I love that idea. As you could just be like, right, yeah, I'm just going to upload my last. You don't have to do it, or you can set up a subscription that you get it monthly. Or just right. Do you know what? I was here on Tuesday actually, and I know that X, Y, and Z happened. But what was that is the answer. By the way, I do think it'd be quite funny that all of a sudden there'd just be people randomly standing outside like mannequins, just like striking a pose, because that's going to be the one that's going. That's their Instagram picture for the month. They're just outside.
I mean, people already do that, but there's usually someone taking their photo.
Yeah,
like there's so many of those. When we had all the Black Lives Matter, there's a lot of commotion in the U.S. during 2020 due to Black Lives Matter, and there were people who would show up to the city or whatever afterwards, where there were places boarded up, and they would take a hammer and they would pretend to be helping to fix it.
No,
and then they would leave, right?
Oh, that makes
they would
sick.
They would stop in the middle of a sidewalk, put the hammer up, say cheese or whatever, and then they would just jump back in their car and leave. And they're like, I helped.
Oh, that makes
you didn't. So there's already
sick.
people doing that type of thing. So now let's get it on camera for everyone. Yeah. Granted, you probably, to make it fair, you should probably only have access to the ones where you were there. I don't know how you would do that. Facial recognition kind of stuff. The
government can do it. I've seen it on TV.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, but if this ever does happen, me and you, instant money making idea, we make like hotspots. So obviously you have certain hotspots for people beauty spots that people take photos.
Yes.
We'll kind of literally buy just a little bit of the pathway and the sidewalk or a bit of a park, and just stick a booth there and say that this is a great place for the government to take your picture.
Yes.
Just strike a pose. Travis, that's amazing. The way to make stage photos better is just to call in the government. I love that idea. No, I think
I don't think I've ever heard that phrase. Like, let's let the government actually solve this problem.
Oh man, that could be thinking about how the framework behind that, and just someone there on tech support being like, "Sorry, what day did you say?" Oh, the camera was down. I'm afraid we've got this one from this stream. Travis, thank you so much. That was amazing. Please, hey, the podcast. Tell us all about it.
Yeah. So again, I am one of the hosts of the Bar Banter Podcast. Essentially, the podcast is myself and 3-4 other people talking about topics you would normally talk about at a bar. It starts off, usually when you go to a bar or pub, you're talking about who's the greatest soccer player of all time. And then you start thinking about, all right, what if we all pretended to draft soccer players for our own, imaginary teams? But then it devolves into, all right, we're going to start drafting cereal boxes. And then it's going to devolve into, hey, which cereal box mascot would be the best to help you rob a bank? things that like as you get throughout the night, you're getting more and more drunk, you're coming up with more and more dumb things to talk about. And we decided that why not just put this stuff on a podcast, and we release every Wednesday. We actually just released while we're recording this, we released an episode this morning. So if you have a chance, go check it out. And it's a lot of fun. I'm quoting a friend of mine that said our podcast it's a lot of fun because there's 4 or 5 of us. There's a lot of different ideas, and it makes you feel like you're part of the conversation. And so while you're listening to it, you almost want to chime in, and you want to maybe argue with us as we're debating these quote controversial topics, but they're clearly not actually controversial.
So I am a fan. I'm a new fan, from us obviously chatting and getting this booked in. But yeah, I mentioned to you before, I love just the absolute. They say you find yourself submerged in it and just listening to people chatting. And I do want to say, well, hang on, no, that's not right. And I think, oh, actually, I can't. So I think, well, maybe I'll contact Travis and tell these people. I'm like, well, no, because this episode's a couple of weeks old for them now, so he doesn't want to hear my opinion on this.
That's not true, though. We have a fan who, John, if you're listening to this, I appreciate you. He will, as an episode comes out, he'll listen to it that day or the next day, and he will, like, stream of consciousness message me on Twitter. Like, nice. He's like, no, that's wrong. You're dumb. Or no, this is my ranking. This is the correct ranking. And so, John, I appreciate you if you're listening.
Love it. I'd love the love of someone who will actively listen to the episode to call you out as well. But I am like, and I've said to you before, the episode with about Fast and Furious 10, when they released the name for Fast and Furious 10, Fast X. Who was it that said it should have been called? It was you.
Oh, of course, it was me.
Fast 10 your seatbelt, and I've told everyone. I've told everyone, and it's mind blowing.
I'm hoping someone at Warner Brothers Studios is listening to this podcast because I would love your chief marketing officer job. If that's a thing, I'll be there. I'll take that responsibility.
Well, whoever's got it at the moment needs sacking. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what. Hey everyone, thank you so much for listening. For more great content, for more great ideas, for more puns.
Yes.
Do go and listen to the Bar Banter podcast. It's a lot of fun. And Travis, all there's left for me to say is, I'm assuming it's available on all.
Yeah, Spotify, Apple, platforms. Google, Stitcher,
YouTube,
a couple other ones. YouTube, yeah, we're on YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter at @the_Bar Banter. I'm on there. I mean, we're on there. It's definitely not me. I'm on there. I try to mention dumb things on the regular, so give us a listen, give us a follow.
Intentionally, unlike me, who mentions them unintentionally. Travis, thank you so much. Everyone, check out their podcast straight after you've listened to mine. It's been a pleasure having you with Travis. And when we do a season 2 or follow up, I feel like there's a big Liam Neeson chat that we need to have.
Absolutely.
I
love the guy, but stop making that one genre of movie. Just stop.
They did Taken 1. Just put it to bed. Okay, everyone.
That was fine.
Thank you, Travis. That was fantastic. Thank you, everyone, for listening. All there is for me to say now is goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from Travis. Say goodbye, Travis.
Thank you so much for having me, Jeff. I appreciate it.